Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the brand new Nottingham Forest save here on FIFA 22. Flying quite high in the Premier League, slap bang mid-table in 10th after 10 games. If we're even remotely close to that position come the end of the season, we'll consider it a really solid first year at this level. We are looking to strengthen though, of course, as you know, and as I was recording the last episode, Fabrizio Romano over on Twitter confirmed that we basically have a here we go with Moussa Niakate from Mainz for Nottingham Forest. So I am going to get that deal done in this save today as well. Looking to bring Niakate in. They paid 10 million in real life plus a few in potential add-ons. He's gone up from 78 to 79 rated in this save, so he's valued at 16 now. So probably going to have to pay about twice what Forest have in real life, but it is what it is. We have the money to spend, so that's not a problem. I also have some other things that I'd like to get your opinions on. We mentioned it at the end of the last episode. Alex Mighton. He's not quite cutting the mustard at the moment, and I am heavily contemplating sending him out on loan in January and buying someone to come in and start in the not too distant future for the next 18 months or so. I think the rest of this season on loan from January for Mighton, and then next year on loan as well, and he comes back and has a part to play. But on a couple of occasions this season, he has let me down in key moments. So I'm not sure he's reliable enough to keep that place. He doesn't start for Forest in real life. 23 appearances last season, only 5 starts, 18 off the bench. So I think I just need to look elsewhere, really, for the time being. We are potentially signing Harry Toffolo, waiting to see what happens with that in real life. He's a left wing back, but could be utilised a little bit further forward and trained as a left mid. So maybe we go for that. That's a potential replacement I have already on my list. Luca Oyen is someone that isn't really going to be any better than Alex Mighton, to be completely honest. So I'm actually just going to remove him from my list. I'd rather train up Alex Mighton. I don't have any other winger options on my shortlist. So please, comment section, let me know what to do with Alex Mighton. Do we persevere with him? Or do we loan him out, at least for the rest of this season, and reevaluate in the summer? I'm leaning towards loaning him out, but I'll take your feedback on board. I want to say at the start of this episode as well, a big thank you to Jamie and for Blind Life Gaming for joining the Patreon. Thank you very much indeed, both of you. Been a while since we've had some new pledges on the Patreon, so thank you very much for showing your support over there. And to those of you that continue to contribute month in, month out, big love, heart spam in the chat for you guys. Very much helping keep me going through these leaner summer months. Very much so. Right. Let's get back to business, shall we? We start with Brentford away, then it's Southampton at home and Wolves at home. Points available today, as they were yesterday as well, so hoping to continue to keep ourselves as comfortable as possible away from the relegation zone. We are, thankfully, sizably away from Fulham, Bournemouth and actually Newcastle, who are down in 18th in the minute. Not using their financial clout quite so well this season, are they? So we have ourselves a gap of a good 7 points down to the relegation zone. But 7 points now is a lot. 7 points at the end of the season, or like March time, and you're still heavily looking over your shoulder. So we'll try and keep the points tally rotating upwards as long as we possibly can. And hopefully we can do that by heading away from home against Brentford today. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save, of course. And please continue to let me know your feedback in the comments, especially about those transfer issues. Make sure you'll subscribe to the channel too, and you won't miss out on any more. And before I forget to do so, let's go and sign Moussa Niakate, shall we? Fee agreed, £18.5 million for Moussa Niakate. He's on 23 grand a week, as ever with people that come into the Premier League. You would imagine that he's going to want a significant pay rise. Crucial is fine. He would be the highest rated centre-back at the club by a mile and would offer me plenty of extra clout. Now, he wants me to more than double his wages, which we have the finances to be able to do, but obviously I still want to make sure I've got enough money to get all of the deals I want through. So I will try and get him for about 45 if we can. Will you sign that, please, Moussa? He's adamant for 51. Fine, have 51. Musa Niakate will join us in January alongside Biancone. Good. 2 new signings coming into the club, Len. Now let's get some new points on the board. We arrive at the Brentford Community Stadium after having played Brentford already this season, of course, at home in the Cup, although with a rather rotated side. David Raya in goal for them. Still their 4-3-3. Röslu, Ayer, Janssen and Rico Henry. Janelt in the midfield this time with Jensen and De Silva, and the front three is as it was in the Cup. And Burmo, Canos and Tony. I've made a couple of changes. Zande Silva is in on the left and Cafu comes in the centre of midfield for a Hader, and Panzo in at centre-back to give him some more football as he started to show some growth in for Scott McKenna. Obviously, Niakate will come in and certainly start ahead of someone in that back three. I just haven't yet decided which someone that will be. Here's Mbermo. Oh, Tony's in. Tony doesn't score. The camera can barely keep up. They've moved the ball forward that quickly. Dino doing the job again in goal. And Burmo with the corner. That's looped. And we should be underneath this. And Cook wins it well. It'll fall to Jensen. He'll find Canos. He can shoot. He's found De Silva. He might have been offside. He wasn't. But he's had the effort. But he's only hit the side netting. But Brentford do play a bit of a press. So I'm going to have to be wary of that. Ivan Toney throwing in a tackle there as well. So clearly he's not too shabby defensively. Hopefully we can play around it. I might have to start going long from goal kicks for the time being. Lovely little flick by Graben there. And Cafu will look for Tyro, but Jesus Christ, the pass is poor. Jensen over the top. And Burmo's in. Would have been a stunning goal. Scored the first in the cup game. Very nearly scoring the first in the league as well. Burmo crosses for a second time. And Cafu's underneath it this time. Janelt heads well wide. It came off Tyler Cook. It'll be another Brentford corner. The Leeds game at the end of the last episode was breathless. This is proving to be just the same as well. Non-stop action in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest this season. And Burmo twists one way, then the other. He's made a good run. Pulls it back, but Yates is in the way. And I will just get rid of it, please. Trying to get to that, but it's going to bobble free here to Joe Worrell. Finds the ball through there to Cook. Oh, brilliant interception. Looking for Taiwo. Oh, surely, with Lolly in behind. Brilliant save by Raya. We're not going to get a better chance. I had to take that. Johnson with the whip. Yates is up. Tony wins the header. Panzo it falls to. Taiwo. No, get out of the way, Ryan. Come on, pal. Oh, Taiwo's offside. Christ! Can't do anything in this game, it seems. Cafu looking for Cook. Looking for Brennan Johnson. Looking in the middle again. And here's Lolly. Raya again denying the man through the middle. Joe Lolly's having his best game for a little while here. Made a couple of changes. Graben's off. Oh, Nuno da Costa's on. Here he is. Getting that cross there to Zande Silva from a long way out. Probably too far out. Oh, it's a heavy touch. But he's into space. Get there. Brilliant. Worrell. Taiwo's up. Janelt wins it. Tony. Good block by Panzo. Falls to Lolly. Oh, Jensen gets it off him, but Lolly wins it back again. Zande Silva looking for Nuno da Costa. Go on, Zande, keep going. Tuck it back inside. Tyro's made a run. Awini will reach him. Awini! In front of the travelling fans, we take a 1-0 lead late on. Had nothing going forward other than a couple of Joe Lolly chances. But Tyro makes the right run this time. And we're able to feed it into him. And Nuno da Costa comes off the bench to find the assist. The crucial through ball. Good first touch. Awkward finish, but it's fooled the goalkeeper by going over him rather than down low into the corner. Taiwo gives us a 1-0 lead with his 7th goal of the Premier League season. Could be a vital 3 points for our survival campaign. Hanzo, Cafu, tried to get it out wide, but as he was swinging for the ball, the defender, the midfielder put the foot in. And Burmo trying to duke him to go down the line, but he's not to be drawn into it. Oh, but Panzo, I thought was going to get to that first. Here's Burmo now. Foot through it, son. Matthias Jensen. We waited so long to get in front. And it didn't last long. arriving late in the box. I was sure I was going to get there with Panzo on that through ball, and Burmo just beat him to it. The home fans in delirium at the Brentford Community Stadium. Panzo just couldn't quite get there in time, and look at Jensen. Brilliant pick out, thumped home, powerful finish, Lampard-esque, his first goal of the season. Of course it is, 89th minute. It's 1-1. We won't be getting a win away from home at the Brentford Community Stadium, as we thought we might just have been able to pull one out of the bag. That's going to be game. That's going to be game. I still think we should be happy with the point, given the balance of play, but after going 1-0 up in the last 10 minutes, we've got to be disappointed that we didn't hold on and keep that result. Newcastle get a win against Brighton. That's big for their campaign, what is turning into a survival campaign down at the bottom of the table. Draws them level on points with Southampton now. Fulham still have a game in hand, so they could pull themselves a little bit further away than that. We stay 10th still. Joe Lolly has now completed his training as a cam, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of an extra boost in that position now, where he's been basically making that his own so far this season. He has, however, peaked, though, at 29 years of age, but was worth making the change. He should get a little bit more of a boost from sharpness and morale. Right then, there is an international break now, and then it's Southampton at home after that. Southampton, who are down near the relegation zone as well. We need to make sure we get a win in that one if we can, back at home. 4-4-2 for Southampton. Alex McCarthy in goal. Walker, Peters, Bednarak, Salisu and Perro as the back four. Stuart Armstrong, James Ward-Prowse, of course, Ibrahima Diallo and Nathan Redmond in the midfield, with Che Adams and Adam Armstrong up top. It's not a bad team, per se. So I'm perhaps slightly surprised to see them struggling down the bottom of the table the way that they are. New signing, Bella Kotchap, is on the bench. So he potentially can be brought on at the back if they need someone, although I'm sure they'd probably not make a change at centre-back in a game like this. We're back with Ojeda and Mighton in this one, just to see if they can put in a performance to try and save their spots in the team. Of course, Ojeda is going to be replaced in the 11 by probably someone like Lewis O'Brien or Joe Aribo come January. But for the time being, he's in the starting lineup. And he's still young, Ojeda. There's definitely room for growth there for him as well. We've got so many young players that it's going to offer up the opportunity to try and grow so many people. Lolly has been a real creative force for us in this team, hasn't he, Joe Lolly? Been absolutely brilliant. Cook, we're going to need to turn and try and find a teammate. Diallo steps in. And unfortunately, we've lost possession. Starting on the front foot here against Southampton, which is pleasing. We just need to keep that going for the full game. Let's put them under the sort of pressure that Brentford put us under. Certainly we've won it back quickly. And giving it straight back to him. Ball's supposed to go to Cook in the middle. Here's Che Adams. That's a lovely through ball. And that's a brilliant Southampton goal. We're 1-0 down. Armstrong out. Oh no, there's Armstrong. It was Armstrong that played that pass. There's two Armstrongs. There's Adam and there's Stewart. Got myself confused. Che Adams stands the ball into the middle. Redmond going for it again. What an effort. Nathan Redmond having the game of his life at the minute here against us. And if that had flown in, it definitely would have been one of his best performances of his entire career. Adams has a number of options. Can't seem to make up his mind which way he wants to go, though. Out wide here to Roman Parro, the fullback. Into Diallo, Che Adams again. Ward-Prowse, don't let him have space on the edge of the box. Adam Armstrong rides the challenge. Don't give away any free kicks on the edge of the box, for Christ's sake. Not with James Ward-Prowse around. Best free kick taker I have ever seen in my life. James Ward-Prowse. Cook, out to Johnson. He's been relatively quiet of late, actually, Brennan Johnson. Needs to get a bit more out of him, I think. Deliver across. It's not bad, you know. Lolly's underneath it. It's always Lolly, isn't it? But it's not going in. Here's Adams. Armstrong's made the run. Ward-Prowse round the outside. Can occasionally be utilised as a winger at Southampton, James Ward-Prowse, despite the lack of pace. His passing ability means that he's very usable in a number of different areas. Adam Armstrong's in. Dino makes the save. We'll just get rid of it. Pump it as far as we can. Which actually isn't that far, seemingly. Nice attempts by Ward-Prowse to thread the needle, but it's not going to work for them on this occasion. Lolly out to Mighton. Lolly off the pitch. Lolly trying to make up for his mistake. Still not able to do so. I have to get McKenna out of position here. Ward-Prowse runs into McKenna, falls to Armstrong, back to Ward-Prowse again. Not getting much luck today. Over the bar from Adam Armstrong via a deflection, and Ward-Prowse will deliver the set piece instead. Armstrong flicks that on. A header. My God. I'm not settled in this game at all. Oh, it's just unstoppable from Southampton at the minute. Diallo. Driven out wide here to Adam Armstrong. Stuart Armstrong. God, too many Armstrongs. Oh, I tried to change to number 23 then. It just gave me the man in the middle. Oh, around the corner. Big save, Dino. Oh, it didn't change the player I expected it to change to. And that absolutely threw me there. Redmond. Ward-Prowse. Little ball roll. Grabban does well. Just try and get rid of it. Give it inside there to Brennan Johnson. And there's Lolly again. Oh, but immediately intercepted by Stuart Armstrong. This season is a real fight. In every single game, it's a fight. Yates steps in well. Forward quickly with Grabban into Lolly. Lolly will look for Taiwo, who's going to get away here, looking to nod that down. Can Brennan Johnson get to that? He can't. And Perro will bring it forward again. Inside to Redmond. Have to come across here with Joe Worrell. Redmond just looks to power around the outside of my entire defensive line. Redmond back inside. Diallo. Armstrong. Nice tackle. Don't lose it. Just get rid of it. Flick it on. Well up, Lewis. Just under so much pressure in so many games. You have to be at 125% concentration every single minute of every single game. Oh, and I just need passes like that to find their way through. And we'll score the goals we need to help us stay up. Adams, Armstrong, Armstrong. Ward-Prowse, Armstrong, Armstrong. Oh, strong arm the other way. Dean Henderson with the save. Oh, Christ, this is tough, lads. Tough, tough, tough. Fighting so hard. No, not the right one. Grabban can come off for Taiwo. I'm sure we can save this. Just need one of those passes to find their way through. We've been so close on a couple of occasions to getting the ball through to someone who surely will score the goal. Provided we can avoid conceding a second, then the game is still there to have a point scored from it. Oh, why do I open my big mouth? There's their second. Southampton 2, Che Adams. Go on in the Bournemouth game. That's down the bottom of the table. And with this defeat here, if other results go against us, which the Bournemouth game certainly isn't, it's 4-2 to Manchester United now. But Southampton are down the bottom, aren't they? And this is going to bring them back into contention further up the table. The gap that was 7 points to the relegation zone seems to be shrinking. Here's Perro. Drives past me, stands it up. Can't get there. Up we go. Well up Brennan Johnson. Diallo back in. Adams. Oh, that's a hell of a goal from Che Adams. That is that, Derek Ray. 3 goals for Saints. 3 points for them too. They're used to playing in red and white. Now they're destroying those in red and white. Cracking goal. Final whistle sounds. And, yeah, that's just one of those, isn't it? 2 chances to their 11. They were the better side. A side that I don't think have done that to anyone so far this season. Case of sides at the bottom of the table playing like they're at the top. But Southampton on a bit of a revival at the minute. They are up to 15th and are on 12 points now. And the gap that was 7 to the relegation zone is now 5. With Newcastle still there in 18th. We have Newcastle coming up in the next couple of episodes. In fact, it's the first game of the next episode away from home. But the next one in this one is Wolves. Now, they're having a decent season. I think they were higher up, weren't they? Wolves are up in 7th, and they are having a very good season so far. It doesn't get any easier, does it? But there is no such thing as an easy game in the Premier League, and we are finding that out. Wolves going with 5 at the back. Jose Sarr in goal. Semedo, Kilman, Cody, Bolly, and Johnny. Ruben Neves and João Moutinho with Adama Traore back now from Barcelona. Pedro Neto on the left and Raul Jimenez up top. On the bench, Fabio Silva, Huang Chan. Chang Huang. Sanchez. Mosquera, Cutrone back at the club as well. Podence, Gomez and Sharkit. Chan is now a permanent signing at Wolves after they made the loan deal permanent in the summer. So I'm just hoping for a game that's a little bit more straightforward than the other two today. I had to work so hard against Brentford to get myself a point. And we worked just as hard against Southampton and came away with a 3-0 defeat. So it's going to be another grind here against Wolves. But hopefully it's a challenge that we can rise to. We really are going to need to work hard in this first half of the season. I'm hoping the second half of the season might be a bit more straightforward once we've strengthened and made some other signings. But certainly, at the minute, we're having to work very hard for any point that we're able to get. Cafu looking for Tyler Cook through the gap. Does get it to him eventually. Taiwo's there. Awani, Lolly, Graben. Do we fancy it with Lewis Graben? Not really. Work this about quickly. Lolly, Cook. From the edge of the box. Cook. Straight into Bolly's face. Graben. Good footwork. Really good footwork. Mighton dinks. Awani's there. Jose Sarr gobbles. Oh, what through ball. Completely split the defence. Pedro Neto has so many options here. Through the defender's legs, through the keeper's legs, 1-0 Wolves. I'm sure it went through both legs. It might have gone over the keeper, but... Oh, he's moved his leg out of the way. No, it's gone between arm and leg for the keeper, but... Oh, I thought I positioned the defender really well to block off the angle to get it to Jimenez. And he's lifted his leg up to try and block it, and in the process, moved his leg out of the way of the path of the ball. Balls. 7th goal in 13 matches for Raul Jimenez. We knew the test coming into this, though. They are chasing a European spot again here in this save, Wolverhampton Wanderers. And we have been in a poorer spell at the moment. At least in a spell where we're struggling, more so than we were earlier in the save. Now Jimenez might have just got himself sent off, and he has. A goal and then a red card within 3 or 4 minutes of each other. Unbelievable. Wolves 1-0 up, but one man down. Adama Traore, I'm worried about his pace. His footwork's pretty good too. Semedo, Neves, Neto, Dino. The second attempt keeps it out, although I think it probably wouldn't have gone in after the first save. It was headed wide for a corner, but the danger is definitely over. Perhaps could have played that down the line to Taiwo. I just wasn't confident of being able to find him. Trying to play a little bit more carefully and considered rather than just playing those balls that are hopeful more so than anything else. Alex Mighton. He has the pace and the dribbling, but the passing and the shooting just isn't there. And then as I get frustrated with the amount of bodies back there trying to force it, it's just not going to work. They'll be just as defensively solid as they were in the first 15-20 minutes. And probably even more so as they'll leave more men back now. They're down to 10 men. Awani, though, does pull us out of the depths of despair and finds an equaliser. And that's a good finish. Under pressure with the defender on his shoulder as well. Willy Bolly all over him, but he holds him off and finds the back of the net. Lovely through ball. I think it's Lewis Graben again getting involved with an assist. He got flattened there by Willy Bolly as well. He really did take some pressure there. As he's having the shot, gets wiped out, but buries it. Fantastic goal. Maybe we stand a chance of some more points yet today. Mighton, back to Graben. Lolly. Taiwo! At the double. Wolves went goal, red card in 5 minutes. We've gone goal, goal. We've turned it completely on its head. Up the Reds. Oh, given away again, Wolves. Surely not. Surely not a third before half-time. Just can't help themselves at the minute. Awani, he's on a hat-trick. I won't try. Lolly, he's away from one. He's away from two. Lolly! I don't know how he got away from one and away from two there, but he did well. A goal in the Brentford game. They were around us in the league, weren't they? Cafu to Lolly, looking for Taiwo. Good touch and turn. Graben is there. He's tackled. We'll take the 2-1 lead in at half-time, though. and be very pleased with it. Cook to Taiwo again. Maybe. Graben looking for Mighton. It's a poor pass. It's a nice idea, but it's a poor pass. Not necessarily what I asked for either, but never mind. 2-1 up at the break. Out to Johnny. Given straight to Cafu. Wolves falling apart. They were untouchable in the first 10 minutes. Got themselves 1-0 up in the 15th. But since that red card, it's like they've completely lost their way. Any game plan has gone right out the window. That was meant to go to Cafu, not to Lolly. Any game plan they had has gone right out the window. And they just can't put together a move to save their lives. Here's Adama. Now I've said that out loud rather than just thinking it. They'll go and score and make it 2-2. It's 1-1 in another game. That's Brighton versus Leeds. That's a decent delivery, but Worrell does enough to get rid, and Cafu will complete the clearance, although he had to wait for the ball to settle before he could take another touch. And we need, with support here from Lolly, and out wide. Just play it calm. I need to show a bit of game management here. These could be a vital 3 points for us come the end of the season. Let's just make sure we get them, shall we? Alex Mighton. Back to Taiwo and Lolly and Cook. And Brennan Johnson stands it up. Taiwo at the back post trying to come in for a hat-trick. Lolly will nod this out wide again. Just keep the ball. Just keep the ball. Don't waste it. Cafu, spread it. Nice. Mighton, floated. Taiwo trying to get there again, but Willy Bolly's in the way for a second time. That's a lovely ball. It's a brilliant ball. Adama's in. And there's a man at the back post who I just can't deal with. I'm not sure about the keeper's animation there, though. EU. Adama Traore's pace enough to cut us open. But as he shot left, he shot to the keeper's left. Sorry, start that again, Ches. As he shot to the keeper's right, the keeper's dived left. Watch the keeper here. The ball's going one side, and he's tried to touch his knee. Some of the animations in this game. Oh. Hopefully it's better for 23. Moutinho, Podence. 1 minute added on. And we're into the, well, 4th minute of it now with the corner. If that had gone in from Podence, there would have been scenes of an aggressive nature in this office. A 2-2 draw against the 10 men of Wolves. 2 points only from today's 3 games. I feel hard done by again. I felt hard done by in a previous episode. And I kind of feel hard done by again here. It was in the Brighton game, wasn't it, with Neil Maupay's goal, where we just felt like we were a little bit helpless. We got a 1-1 draw there. We got a 2-2 draw here. We haven't won, actually. We haven't won in the league since Bournemouth in September. That's a run that we really need to halt as soon as possible. We're still picking up points, but not in the maximum. Newcastle, Tottenham, Manchester United and Villa in the next episode. We'll play Spuds, we'll sim United, I think. And then it'll be West Ham, Arsenal, Crystal Palace. And we'll head into the month of January, where you guys will hopefully have given me the suggestions to make another couple of signings. But we've signed Niakate, we've signed Biancone, and we need to make more signings because the squad really needs it. But for today's episode, that is going to bring us to a close. We sit in 13th again. We were there earlier in the season. The gap to the relegation zone is just 3 points now, with Newcastle to play next. That's an important one then, isn't it? Episode 5 tomorrow. And game 1 of episode 5. Pretty important. Make sure you drop this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out more. Come and join me on Twitch and watch these live as well. And I'll see you next time.